So WandaVision. This show should have been called Trauma Vision because it was a lot of baggage going on here.
Please, a lot of emotional baggage.
Yep. Please check your bag before you get on the plane because, ma'am, you got a lot of baggage.
But I do have a lot of questions.
Well, that's what I'm here for. Oh, by the way, spoilers, I guess? It's about the entire show, so if you haven't watched it, I don't know why you're watching this video. Anyways, ask me stuff. Go ahead.
Alright, where did the costume come from? Her cool little costume that she gets at the end of the season finale.
Yeah, her costume is based on the comics, but it's like MCU-ified. She is the Scarlet Witch, which I guess is now in the world of the MCU, is kind of like a mythological legend.
Like, that ties in with that book, right? That Dark Cult, or whatever it was called?
The Dark Horde or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I seen, like, they're kind of like you were saying, they're making it like a mythological thing, like she's some, like, eldritch being of the universe and stuff. So she for sure is going to be connected to Doctor Strange and all that jazz.
Yeah, that's the name of the next movie, Doctor Strange and all that jazz. In the episode prior to the finale, I was getting the implications that Agatha was implying that Wanda was like born with her powers because she's a mutant. But no, she's not.
Well, because of like the whole thing with Fox and just them having that, they haven't been able to bring that side of the Marvel Universe over.
Yet.
Okay, yet. Exactly.
Speaking of that, so Quicksilver was in this, but it's not the Quicksilver from the X-Men movies, which is what everyone thought or he was going to be. He's just some dude. I think Marvel just did that because they knew that we would be like, oh, it's the guy from The Thing, from the other movies. Because they had two of them. One of them got killed immediately, but the other one lasted 3 movies, most of which weren't good. But you know, or whatever. I hope maybe there's more to it later, but nah, he's just some dude named Ralph.
I got you, Marvel fans. You with your stupid theories and your it's just Ralph Boner, haha, Boner. Get it?
Sir, Ralph Boner?
Boner.
What other questions do you have?
Okay, so I really like the conversation between White Vision and regular Vision.
Yeah,
and I know he's that way
because minds, yeah.
White's that way because he doesn't have the Mind Stone or whatever. But was he different? Was his whole circumstance different in the comics compared to like what MCU did to him?
Appeared in a storyline during the West Coast Avengers, a team at which, at least at the time, Scarlet Witch was on. And then eventually he got changed back to normal.
Monica. What did you think about Monica, and where do you see her? Obviously, there's some implications with her reuniting with Captain Marvel and Nick Fury and stuff like that. But what did you think about her portrayal and her gaining her, powers and stuff like that?
I think it was definitely more interesting than... It's basically like a fresh start, I guess, because there are some characters that Marvel use from the comics that don't really... They aren't like pivotal players in the MCU, or rather in the comic books as a whole. Her character, Photon or Spectre, whichever she decides to go as, was not really heavily used, but she was like around, but just like in titles that usually aren't like in the forefront of Marvel content. So they kind of could do whatever they wanted with her, and I like what they did do. I did like that her sword outfit after she was able to break free into Westview. It looks kind of like what her comic book outfit would look like. She was able to like see and read energy and manipulate energy to a degree. When she got into Westview, she could see like the electricity waves like coming off of the power lines and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She can also do other stuff as well. She has similar powers to Captain Marvel.
All right, so Tommy and Billy. Now, I was made aware about like 4 episodes in that these two actually are like heroes in the comics. And in the show, we see that Scarlet Witch is doing her Scarlet Witch thingies. She's able to hear them call for help. So do you think that they're going to come back as characters? Think they maybe like become heroes? And like, what type of heroes are they in the comics?
First off, how dare you find out information outside of me? How dare you?
Listen,
I'm
hurt.
I've
been reading some YouTube comments, like, know how they are.
Listen, YouTube comments is a dangerous place. You already did it, but that's fine. Tommy and Billy, they're actual characters in the comic books. There was a point where Wanda had kids, she made kids at least, and she had the boys, and instead of them being, just normal, artificially made human children, they were actual spawns of Marvel's equivalent to the devil, Mephisto.
Oh, wow.
I could only assume the fact that it's teased that they can still be heard somewhere. They're probably trapped somewhere, and I would assume that means that they're trapped in hell, and not actual hell as in like HELL, but like the HE with one L. That's one of the realms that is in the world of Marvel. So maybe it was hinting towards that. I know that Doctor Strange 2 and all that jazz is going to be the next time that we see Wanda. So maybe that will tie into that. So maybe they'll go there. Oh, also Agnes had the worst cover up for a name, or I guess for in the context of people who knew things about comic books, because literally everyone was like, well, Agnes isn't a character in the comic books, but the closest thing we could find was Agatha Harkness. And she is in relation to Wanda because she teaches Wanda stuff.
She really tried to fool us, huh?
People really thought that there was going to be a bigger villain in the show, but it was...
It's been Agatha all along.
Is that it? Did we cover everybody? Oh, we gotta do an outro. That was what you needed to know. Like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. Bye.